Welcome to Materials Management, Export Materials with APIs. This video demonstrates how to export materials libraries with APIs, which is a feature available only to the administrator. Remember, the Materials Smart folder is where your materials are registered and found. There may come a time when it is necessary to pull a copy of the materials and their corresponding details from Signals Notebook. Sometimes these exports may be larger than 5,000 materials, which is the limit of the end-user interface. Administrators can make use of the APIs offered by Signals Notebook to export larger materials libraries. For this video, our Signals Notebook is set up with the most common libraries, compounds and equipment, but the steps shown here will be the same regardless of library type. To export in Signals Notebook, the user must have configured at least one material library type, and the items in the material library. To export a materials library using APIs, an API key must be set up for the endpoints to work properly. To set up this API key, open the System Configuration, click on System Settings, and in the left panel, select the API key section. From here, enter an email in the email field and select the green Generate API Key button. The key will be unique for the tenant and can be changed if desired by using another email. Once the key is ready, select Open API Document to open the Swagger page, where the Signals Notebook endpoints can be found. Authorize the use of the APIs by selecting the Authorize button at the right side of the page, pasting the API key value in the Value field, and selecting Authorize. Now we are ready to use any API in the system for the tenant. On this Swagger page, there are 3 API endpoints that are used to export a specific library. Select Materials, and a drop-down list with the different API options will appear. Go to the bottom of the list and see the following endpoints we need to use. The first API that needs to be used is the Post. Here you will select the Try Out button. Enter the name of the library of interest in the Library Name field, and select Execute. This will return a file ID that needs to be copied for the next steps. Now we need to open the Head API. Select Try Out, and paste the file ID in the field option, then select Execute. Check for any errors in the server response. The server response should be 200, meaning there are no errors. If we use a library that has not been configured, the following 404 server error response will show, meaning that the resource doesn't exist in the system. The last API for retrieving a file is the Get. Here, select Try Out. Paste the file ID created previously and select Execute. This will give a server response with a field for downloading the file with the material library items and their information from Signals Notebook. This file will have all the items in the library without any limitations. If you want to export another library, you will need to start in the Post API, enter a different library name, and follow the same workflow. The specific library being exported will determine the type of file that is downloaded. Keep in mind that custom and default libraries will export a .csv file, except for compounds and reagents, which will export a .sdf file with the information for the chemical structures. For more information, product documentation and instructional videos are available within the Signals Notebook application. Additional support can be accessed from the
Brevity Signals
support page.